Well, Sunday night on the show is a very big night. The reopening of Lifford. We cannot wait. It's going to be a great evening, and I'm delighted to say we're now going to speak to General Manager and Director of Lifford, and it's Seamus White. Seamus, really pleased to speak to you. What a night we've got coming up. We can't wait. What about you?
Yeah, I certainly can't wait until this Sunday's meeting, but as you know, a few people won't be aware, we actually had a club opening on the previous Sunday, so we had to push the distance, guess that everything was ready for a big reopening. So yeah, a lot of excitement building the game for this Sunday, but nothing that we haven't done, in let's say, the actual running of the event on Sunday, which was a fantastic success, which far exceeded our expectations. So everything ran well. We had a few little teething problems just before the start in terms of the sort of background graphics and stuff. But we had all the experts on site ready and waiting to fix all the problems. They were fixed. And then the actual meeting itself, the sun was shining, the crowds turned up, a lot more people than probably you would have on a typical soft opening. The racing was fantastic. The crowds were, the roar from the crowds during all the races was just as good as I've ever heard it in the stadium. So there was a lot of relief that Lifford was finally back and running. And it's been a long time in the planning, so we've been hard behind.
Well, let's have a look. You spoke about the racing. Let's have a look at the first winner then, Robbie Be Good, and how great it is to talk about a track opening rather than the alternative, Seamus.
Absolutely. So this is the first race. I was sat in the middle of the stands as Robbie popped out of the traps and the roar that went up, and he ran very, very well. Pretty hard to the home straight as well. So for me personally, it was all about, I was looking around for the reaction of people's faces and to see how, that first race had gone down, and then speaking to people afterwards, watching the review and the races afterwards the next day. Yeah, obviously that was a great race for us to start on. So I was very happy.
And the performance of the night arguably could have been Deadly Thunder?
Yeah. So this is obviously in one of the 5v5 races. Again, a competitive race. Popped out of the traps early on. Again, the sound of the crowd's not coming through quite on this one, but there was an electric atmosphere. And the further that the race went on, then there was always going to be one winner. Saying that, there's not much in difference in terms of the clocks if you look at the results. So the racing this Sunday promises to be very exciting. So you've obviously chosen a couple of dogs there. There was 4 sweepstakes on the night, but it's certainly going to be very, very competitive racing coming up for this Sunday.
And we're going to see those again on Sunday, of course. Those were heats. Now, what else have we got to look forward to? Give us a little taster, Seamus.
On Sunday, so alongside the finals of the sweepstakes that we've just had, we've got a series of class open races as well on Sunday, and we've got some really good graded races to go on a 10-race card. So some of I don't like mentioning specific dogs and trainers, but the buzz about the stadium today has been around a couple of dogs in particular. Some Magical Bill Boyle is bringing her along, and We Can Dream as well. So I would just like to say thank you to all of those trainers both the local trainers that supported it in the soft opening meeting, which are all coming along to this week's meeting, but especially the trainers that are traveling a long distance for this week's races. So a lot of excitement, a lot of talk of different dogs. I understand the card was made very recently. It should be up online now on the GRI website. So I'll let all the experts look into examining the form, checking out the sectional times and etc. and reviewing all the videos from last week to pick the winners for this week.
Now, what about the locals? What kind of facilities can they look forward to? And hopefully a lot of old regular faces coming back, I would think, Seamus.
Yes, absolutely. I was actually at the last meeting when it closed in 2019. I was living in England at the time. I flew over especially because I didn't want to miss what was being billed in as the last ever meeting. A lot of those faces were back on Sunday night. So it was great to see those people again, to see the smiles, to hear the chat about what they've been doing in between. There was a lot of questions about would it reopen, would it not? And to finally get those tracks open and hair running, and and seeing people's reactions was absolutely priceless. I must say, walking around, there was a lot of people that were very emotional, and to actually see it up and running again. In terms of, you asked the question about facilities, we've got new restaurant partners from the old docks in Derry who are running our restaurant now. So the food service on the night was fantastic. The feedback from that was amazing. Again, it was a soft opening. There's going to be more people in this Sunday, and then we're gradually going to ramp up to full capacity. So we're expecting approximately, on the opening night, we had around 600 people. It's probably going to be around double that this Sunday, and then hopefully we can grow it from there. So if you compare that to some other attendances, we've already done fantastic on our soft opening. And yeah, as I say, and looking towards the future, then we've got plans to keep investing in the stadium. So we're not going to sit still. We're not going to rest on our laurels. So we've already brought in live streaming of the public trial. So that's the first track in Ireland to do that. So we want to push ahead with them instead like that.
Well, that's great to hear, Seamus. We wish you all the best. And of course, if you can't get along to the track, the place to be is to watch it on RPGTV. Seamus, all the very best to you, mate.
Absolutely. Thank you very much as well for having us on, Ian, and for supporting us this weekend, along with all of the other sponsors that are obviously working as well.
Can't wait.